She just loves to sit.
Is she purring?
Yep. See if I
I heard her when she put her face up. She kind of sniffed the mic.
can see.
Oh.
Mm,
We have to see the kitty. Oh. Oh, she's giving you kisses too.
yep.
It's so
She loves me.
cute.
Oh, 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 hey, Reese.
So cute.
Guess I should get into the channel so I can see what I'm doing.
See what's happening in the channel.
Yeah. See if anybody's talking.
Sweet kitty. She's like, I'm chill. I'm good. I'm ready to do a show.
Yep. I've got my hand on her butt and she's just relaxing.
Oh, so sweet. What a good girl.
Yeah. She's a good cat.
Yes, she is. She's like, yeah. And now my kitty is trying to come in on the action. Are you gonna meow at me?
I saw a shadow.
He's right
And now she's
here,
nuzzling the headphones.
trying to get
Which
you.
one is it? Is it
It's Spike.
Spike?
You need to go lay down, bud.
She just hanging out.
She's like, hey, how's it going? How's it going? What do you see on the screen? What are you seeing? Do you see the kitty? Is that what you see?
You see the kitty cat? Hey, Silverbolt.
Oh, hi there. Hi there.
Welcome to Feline Think Tank.
Feline think tank is my favorite kind of think tank. I gotta put Nightbot in the chat room. Go, go, Nightbot. Hi, bud.
She has these big green eyes.
There we
Oh,
go.
you bought beads.
Yay, beads! And boo, beads are such a pain in the butt. Oh my goodness. I had some struggles with beads this week, but I think I have beat the beads into submission.
Beat beads.
Beat beads. Yes. You. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go, go, go. Go. Out you go. Stinker. She's like, nope, I'm good. Going to the keyboard. I forgot to tweet. I gotta go. Little
Little
devious
cat
face.
stash. Little cat stash.
Devious
Do you want to
face.
lay on the desk? Is this what you want? I'll make room. Is this what you want? Yep.
Dar.
Yep. Right in the middle of everything.
Of course. It's gotta be like right in the center of it all.
Oh, hey, sweetie.
Don't have 18 gauge quarter inch in stock. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know those woes where you're like, I just want them. I just want them now. I placed an order on Friday of last week and I paid for expedited processing so it would try to like, get it to go a little bit quicker. And on Wednesday it still hadn't shipped, so I sent them a message and they were like, your email alerted us to a major system glitch on orders from that day. We're so sorry. Here's your expedited shipping amount back, and that goes as a store credit. We'll ship
Huh.
out your package tomorrow. Didn't rush it. Didn't do anything more, and the expedited fee was like a total like $350.
I'd rather take the 350 and get it expedited.
Yeah, like could you just could you just make it faster? Because now I'm gonna. What I'm really afraid of today is that because they shipped it out today, is that they're going to it's going to get caught into, because I have my change of address kicking in on the 13th, Tuesday.
Ah.
So I'm afraid it's going to get caught in the between, and I really don't want that to happen, because that would really suck. So we shall see. I won't worry about it until it happens, but, like, God damn it. I had ordered them ahead of time knowing that I would probably have them here before the change of address went into play, and it's like,
this is not what I wanted.
this is not how this was supposed to happen. So, blah. It's frustrating. It's like the rings that I really needed to be able to do some of the stuff I wanted to do, but I'm not even going to have time to work on anything probably until next week anyway, so that's fine. That is okay. So we almost did not have a Marconin tonight because it was almost a little bit of a disaster.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. At 7 o'clock, I got a text, and he's like, something's up.
Like, yeah, I might not make it, but I made it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm glad too. So I tweeted. Oh, by the way, did you happen to read that we got an email from Zandara from Kara this week?
Yes, but I didn't listen to it.
You didn't listen to it? Well, I'll play it for you now.
I forgot to. Okay, is it pretty? How long is it?
It's super short.
Okay, because it may kick out because of the audio thing, but
we'll see if it does. So it apparently Marconen's saying that he had Khan on the brain triggered the following sounder created by Zandara.
I've had Khan on the brain. I had a feeling that's what that would have been. Oh, yeah. Definitely have Khan on the brain. Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
You can't see it, but Reese's being super cute. Oh, my goodness.
This is super cute. Kitty cat on your desk.
I'll have my hand down here, and she'll just lay her head in my hand. Aww. I'll have my paw out, and she's licking my finger right now, but then she just, like, lays. Aww. It's like dead weight. Hello, sweetie. Bonk.
Saying hello to Draven Dresden, to Captain Codfish, to Solomio. Welcome, guys. Good to see you tonight.
Welcome.
Welcome. Oh, goodness. Ooh, sorry.
Hey, Reese. Do you want to get down now? Or do you want me to hold you again? Maybe. Or not.
She just wants to walk around the back of your chair. This is what she does well.
And she sits.
Hey, now she's a cat pillow.
Yep. Cat pillow.
Cat pillow. Cat pillow
time. So cute. Oh, man. It's been a long day. I know it's been a long day for you, too.
Yes. So, let's go test some sounders. And let's do this one. So we tested that one. You guys heard it. Let's do a ready check. Are you guys ready for a show?
I am.
You are?
I am.
Yeah. Are you ready for a show?
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Ready to go. Good to go, says I am. Ready for
Yarp.
the pool. Yarp. A 1 and an R, and Draven forgot his flasks, and this is the normal stuff, so we're in good shape because we're just going to go without him. And yeah, the tradition is to type 1. Tradition is to type 1 if you're ready. Raid locked. No. Sorry,
Oh
Pat.
man.
Closing time. Oh man. Welcome, Joe Brewer. All right, let's do this thing. You ready, sir? Marconin, my
Yep.
man.
Turn off that fan. There we go.
Turn the fan off. We're all ready to roll in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 234 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, June 8th of 2017. My name is Jules. We are back again for another show, as we always are on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m. in the Central Daylight Time. And yeah, it's getting freaking hot here in Minnesota, and I don't understand it because it's not even mid-June. It's not even mid-June yet, and it's hot. I don't get this. And with me, as always, is the illustrious Convert to Raid guild wearing friend of mine. I'm trying to come up with something, and it's just not working because my brain is mush. It's Marconin.
Well, you have had a long day. I think I might let that one slide where you're not thinking of what I need to say, talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you. I know. I mean, we both had long days today. I will give you guys a disclaimer right now. I am a ball of nervous energy. I close on my condo tomorrow, and it has given me the worst anxiety I've felt in a long time. So I am really, really off of my game today. I feel like it's just like I'm pushing it with every bit of energy that I have because I'm just really stupid nervous, and it really is irrational. I don't have everything is in good shape. There's nothing to really worry about. It's just oh, it's a lot of money,
Yeah, it's just the thought of it,
Yeah, and the gravity of purchasing property is a big deal. So yeah, I'm a little I'm a little freaked out today. I've been doing breathing exercises to try to keep my anxiety levels down, and I can't focus on things for anything. Luckily, Pat Crane and I were both kind of in the same boat today for different reasons, but we were both kind of like, I can't focus. He's like, I can't focus. And, it was like, okay, we know that we're getting stuff done that's urgent, but the rest of it can wait because we're just distracted. So yeah. So what's happening on your side? I mean, that's the partial big news on my side. I got more, but I want to know what's happening with you. What have you been up to, sir?
Oh yeah, buying a house, that is huge news.
It's
huge.
Pretty big.
Yeah. So, well, my car wouldn't start today. That's the biggest excitement I think I've had all week is that I went to the grocery store just before the show.
Yeah.
And I tried to start it, and it wouldn't start. It'd been giving me fits lately, so I knew it was a matter of time, but it's a dead battery, so I had to wait to get jumped, and I was like, hopefully I can make it before the show. So I let Jules know with plenty of time.
Yeah.
But it I know it's the battery because once I got the jumper cables on it, started right up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it. So other than the battery. So I'm gonna go fix that after the show. So that's what I'm doing after the show.
The commitment level is high on this one because you got a jump, and then you came home and you're gonna do the show, and then you're gonna take care of your car battery after that's done.
They'll probably have to jump it again.
Yes.
Because I don't think I drove far enough to at least try and charge it. Maybe if it would even hold a charge, but we'll see. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So thankful it's just the battery. But I think that's the biggest thing that's gone on since last week. Helped my sister move on Sunday, which was awesome because it was a hot, muggy, and torrentially rainy day.
Yeah.
As I was moving all the furniture around.
Oh my gosh.
So she could have picked a better day because it was so humid that the the sweat wouldn't dry, the water wouldn't dry. It had no place to go.
Oh.
The air was already saturated with water, so there's no place to go. So it was hot and sticky. But one of the cool things about it is that my band director from high school and his wife live only 1.5 miles from my sister now.
Wow.
And this is halfway across the state from where we grew up. So it's just where they landed and where she landed. Mm-hmm. So they both came over and helped us move some stuff, and I got to see him again. And he's one of the most inspirational people for me growing up. He's one of the reasons why I'm, who I am and what I like, because music is such a huge part of my life, and he really stoked the fire, and kept me interested and always encouraged me. So he's probably had thousands of students over his career, because he's retired now. Mm-hmm. But I take a lot of admiration that he remembers me. But I was one of those kids that put in 150% all the time. I wanted to be band was my life for high school and college. How I got a degree in the whole time I'm sitting there playing trombone is a mystery to me. But yeah, getting knowing that not only did he make an impression on me, which is easy for a teacher because you get maybe a few dozen teachers growing up, but to make a huge impression on a teacher who's had decades, it's awesome. And I always like to see him and catch up with him. And it's awesome knowing he's only down the road from my sister. So if she ever needs anything, then they can be there to help if I can't make it in time. So absolutely. It was cool. It was very cool. Got to see my mom and dad and my sister and my nephew, and we hung around for a couple hours. It helped move it and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun, even though it was hot and muggy and rainy. Just coming down in sheets, and I'm trying to move a full-size mattress. Just and move it across some grass and upstairs. She lives upstairs.
Yes. Oh,
so I had to
miserable.
do. But yeah, she. My mom in the chat room just reminded me right as I was saying it. So yeah, it was a heck of a feat, but it was a good time to get to spend with my family. So
good.
I really enjoyed that. Other than that, just a lot of work, but I'm not really complaining because I have a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. This is weird because I get to have a lot of fun. I got to talk about movies at work today with a client. We're talking about TV shows, and I told her about Hulu and that 11/22/63 I saw, and she's like, "Oh, that's really cool." I was like, "Yeah, it was great. It was set in the '60s and JFK, and it was great." She's like, "Oh, check that out." It's just I like it because we could do our work and they're happy, and we leave, and I get to be outside. Driving around. I know it's like beating a dead horse every time I say it this week, but I'm almost 8 years in the company, and I have a job that I can't really find any complaints with, at least a month in. So I'm fine with that.
So it really was a good transition. It was a good opportunity to take.
It was, and I was scared because the nature of the job is if there's not any jobs, I don't go to work. Mm-hmm. But there's so many jobs that I have only had to take one day off, and that's because I worked a 14-hour day the day before.
Yeah.
And the rest of the week balanced out. So I even had overtime that week. So it's one of those things where you have here, Reese. My black cat is here with me. Hello, chat room. She doesn't want to be in my lap. She wants to be on the desk.
Of course she does. It's what cats do.
Hey, sweetie. Now she's happy again. And the chat room gets a bunch of tail in the camera.
Hello.
Didn't think you'd pick up on that one. I was wrong.
I'm not that slow.
You're not that stressed out.
Not yet, no.
But yeah, it was. I was afraid of that, but now that I'm here, it's a much better environment, mm-hmm. and it's more just enjoyable. So
yeah,
I like it.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much all that's been going on with me the last week. Nothing too exciting. So I know you've got the house stuff.
Yes.
Anything else going on with you this week?
Yeah. So my move is scheduled for Tuesday. So we're rolling forward on that, and so much to do between now and then. It's just kind of like and probably tomorrow going to be taking apart my entire podcast system. So everything, since I don't have any more podcasts between now from today until I move. And I close at 9:00 tomorrow morning. So I've got to make sure that that's done. The other cool thing that I wanted to talk about and share was that I got a surprise email from Twitch this week, and they invited me to become a Twitch affiliate on my personal Twitch channel, which is Jules RPG, because I've been streaming doing the chainmail work that I've been getting and the commissions that have been coming in, which has been incredible. And
that is awesome.
I was so excited. You have no idea. I'm like, because it's not something that you can like just apply for. They go by the statistics of how much your channel is pulling in, and then and I'm like, wow, I had no idea that I was at that level already. And so it was really, really cool to get that. Finally got that all set up. So now my channel can accept bits and stuff like that for tips and things like that. It's just, cute little stuff like that.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And so I've just been getting lots and lots of commission requests and things to do, to make for people, which has been absolutely incredible. And the number of people who are messaging me and telling me that either they, are buying a kit to get started with chainmail, or they were someone who did chainmail in the past and like let it go, and then they decided to pick it back up again because of me, has been like a whole lot of people that I more than I expected. Like, I did not expect to be an inspiration for other people to do it, and it has been so nice. It makes me super happy. So
that is awesome.
I just love making things. I've just kind of gotten addicted to it. It's just, I'm bummed that I will not probably have a lot of time to create this weekend because I'll be doing all the move stuff. But, and I had to tell a couple people, I'm like, I promise you I will have time the following weekend and I will get going on commissions again and stuff, because I've been getting requests from people. So cool. It's just so cool. So I've been really, 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 really happy. And I think that the source of my stress, if I'm being honest, the source of my anxiety and my stress is that things are going so well that I'm almost afraid of when the other shoe is going to drop,
Yeah.
After being kind of going through a really, really difficult year last year and trying to like rebuild from that, and then everything going so well, it's like, when is this train gonna just go off the track?
Yeah.
And because you kind of prepare yourself. I mean, you want to be like mentally prepared and not be just completely blindsided. So I know that it's, again, an irrational thing. I know it's something that's really not smart to, or not. It's not that it's dumb. It's just, there's no reason to feel that way, but I am afraid of what could like derail everything good,
Yeah.
And I need to be better about just enjoying the ride and appreciating what is happening and how great things have been and how happy I feel. And it feels really good to be happy. It feels awesome to be
Certainly
happy.
Does.
Yeah. So in any case, that's kind of where I have been. The chances of us having a show are pretty good next week. I just don't quite know. I am planning to redo some of my setup when I move everything. And so I hope that everything will be prepared and ready for a show next Thursday. But so it's tentative. Just watch our Twitter feed. Make sure that you're keeping an eye on it. We'll let you know either way if there is or is not a show. So anything else, Mark Honan, that you wanted to chat about before we launch into our letter of the week?
Well, I was just going to say, you guys, you and Joss and Nevermore had a really good show of slaying demons this week.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I realized things about myself during that show too.
You?
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't heard Slaying Demons, it is a show that I do with my dear friends Jocelyn Moffat and Nevermore. And this particular episode that Marconin is referring to was a pretty raw episode, I guess you could call it. Mm-hmm. Very honest. And they all are, but it's talking about slaying your own personal demons. But this one in particular was something where Jocelyn and Nevermore talked about why we hadn't had a show in about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I'm not sure how long it's been in there. And the reason behind it is because the two of them were having a pretty large disagreement and fighting. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to mediate in the center and trying to work it out with them. And we, it eventually did. It eventually, everybody came to the table and talked it out for the most part. And then the show actually kind of put the issues to rest. And those two were very brave and came forward to talk about some really hard things, like what happens when you assume the other person is feeling or thinking because they aren't talking to you, and trying to get the other person to talk to you even though they don't want to because they're upset and angry, and hurt and feeling slighted and left out, and all of those feelings. And and then talking about disaster thinking, which I think is what you were alluding to earlier.
Yep.
Disaster thinking, where you think that this other person doesn't even want to hear from you because they hate you now, and they don't ever, it's never going to be the same, and now you've destroyed the friendship, and therefore everything is terrible and horrible. And
pretty much. Yeah.
yeah. And then it's just immobilizing, and it's this really awful, awful feeling. And if you have ever been in a position where you've disagreed with or been hurt by a friend, or you didn't know what to do, I really do recommend listening to Slaying Demons this week in particular, because it is something that, as hosts talking about our own demons, they were very, very, very brave in speaking up about something that was super personal between the two of them and demonstrating it like on the show. We fought with each other. We thought our friendship might be over, and that kind of thing. So I'm really, really proud of them. And I was not fully, I was involved with the whole thing, but I was not the cause of it. I was not the cause of the problem and the conflict, but I was hurt just the same because I was in the middle of two friends who were very upset. And that is also a position that some of us have found ourselves into. So
yeah,
that I did not actually. I will be truthful. I did not know if that conversation was going to happen on the show or not. I didn't. I had no idea because it wasn't my story to tell.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't your place to bring it up, but no. I'm glad that they did. And like I said, it clicked some things in my head. And I talked to him about it later, that thanking him for doing the show, because it as I know it was therapeutic, and it was getting it kind of settled for them, but it was also teaching me stuff. So
yeah,
I really appreciated that.
I'm really glad. And so sometimes our life experiences can teach others, and that in itself is tremendous. So I'm really, really proud of them for doing that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's go help somebody else, shall we? We've got a letter from a listener who needs our help. So here we go.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
It's Think Tank time! I haven't done that in a while, so I figured I would just do it because, you know what? I'm goofy today.
Why not?
I'm just goofy, so we'll just go with it. Okay, Think Tank time. Our question of the week comes from a listener who wished to remain anonymous. They said the following. Hi, guys. We have a new guy at work from Uganda. Fresh out of college, speaks enough English to do okay. Seems nice and also unsure and wants to do well. He's moving to town and knows absolutely nobody. And I remember how that felt. so I've been trying to help him apartment hunt via emails and texts. The good parts of town, areas close to work or to his hobbies. He can't drive, so it's bus or carpool. The thing is, because of where I live, a lot of the possible apartments I drive by every day, and money is tight for him. So the logical thing to do is to pick him up, at least in the morning, depending on what his hours will be, as a bus ride will take hours of his day. But I don't want to. I've gradually been alone for 2 decades now, and although I'm not a hermit, I think, and I don't mind talking to people if it's my choice. But I like quiet times and not feeling like I need to chat with people because we are in the same car. It would be maybe 10 minutes, 15 tops each way, and it would help him out. If I can find an apartment for him near work that he could bike to work and back, that would be ideal until winter. But if not, I feel bad that although I'm happy to help, we have nothing in common and it feels weird somehow. Anxious maybe? I don't know. Should I get over myself and at least offer and see how it goes? Time is obviously an issue to find him an apartment. Thank you. From Anonymous.
Alrighty. So
Marconin, when we got this letter, Marconin's like, I have things to say.
Well, I mean, I can definitely relate to where our writer is coming from, because when I traveled for work, a guy on my team, through circumstances that were not in his control, he lost his car. His girlfriend took it back. Essentially, is what happened.
Yeah, okay.
But he was left. He had to move, so he moved in with a buddy. Didn't have a car, and the thing with my job is you have to have a car or you can't have the job, pretty much.
Okay.
So, and our team was spread out all over the area, and I lived only a couple minutes away. So I felt obligated that I had to help. And so for, it was like 3.5 years, I was pretty much his chauffeur when it came to coming to work and getting dropped off from work every day. So I'd drive across town, pick him up, and then go to where I was at. And I mean, it was one of those kind of self-sacrificial, like it needs to get, someone has to help. So it might as well be me. And I didn't really mind. I mean, I think on some levels I minded just being slightly selfish, but the rest of me kind of vetoed that. And, it was, on the positive side of that, after he did get a car, he said that if I ever break down anywhere, like at all, ever, all I have to do is call him, and like he'll drive across the country, because he was very grateful. It wasn't that he wasn't grateful for it. Right. So he wasn't taking advantage of me, and he would chip in with gas. So it was one of those things. So it wasn't, and we'd worked together for a couple of years before that, so we already knew each other.
Right.
So it's not exactly the same, but the whole way of saying, well, someone's got to help, so it has to be me, and that's the way it's going to be, is kind of the way that, like when you said, when our writer said, where is it? Let me find out where it said. Thing is, because of where I live, the logical thing to do is to pick him up. Maybe not.
See, that's the part. Okay, so that's the part that I'm stuck on. And because when you are entering an employment agreement, you are entering that employment agreement knowing that you need to take care of transportation to get to that job. And, and if the options are available for bus or, that kind of thing, it's there. And there possibility maybe for biking as well, for what our writer said. But why is it anybody else's job, a responsibility, or any of it to make sure that someone else can get to work?
It's not.
It really isn't. And it was not your responsibility to make sure your coworker could get to work either. Like, that's his issue to figure out, and you were being nice about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I helped because, someone needed to help, and I was like, well, I'm the only, And logically, I was the only one, because if someone else was to drive to his house and then go to work, it'd add like an hour of time on their hands. And so I was only 10 minutes away. So it made sense, logically, that if someone was going to help him out, it had to be me.
Yeah.
Logically.
Logically, but when you break it all the way down, there is no logic to anyone helping anyone to get to work, because that is their responsibility as an adult employed by a, who has a job. I mean, what you did is basically a kindness of acquaintances or coworkers, which is the same situation. It's like, yeah. And I mean, maybe I'm going to get some flack for saying this, but I'm going to be honest about it.
Uh-oh.
With our writer saying that I don't want to, nobody says that you have to. It's not a job responsibility that you have to take this person to work. Nobody says you have to go out of your way for anybody else. It's always your choice.
Yeah.
It is always your choice. And then when you think about it and say, oh, well, I'm a jerk because I don't want to help another fellow employee out. But
well, go ahead.
No, I mean, go ahead. I'm just like, I'm kind of baffled by this a little bit, honestly.
Well, I mean, you're already helping, because you're helping. You said you've been trying to help him do apartment hunting via emails and texts. I mean, you're doing what you can. I mean, you're already helping. You're not just leaving him. Like, good luck. He's not from here.
Right.
He doesn't know the lay of the land. You do. You're helping. That is perfectly all right, and any sensible human being would be grateful for that amount of help and nothing else, because you are already going out of your way to make sure that he can find a place to live. That's a considerate, kind thing to do. I mean, you're at step 2. Step 1's get the job. Step 2 is find a place to live. You're on step 7 or 8. You're already assuming that you're going to help him find a place close by, and you're assuming that because he can't drive, he's going to absolutely need someone. And then the next step is that, well, someone's going to have to do it. And the next step is, well, it might as well be me.
Yeah, and is what breeds
it sounds
resentment.
like an obligation. Yeah, it sounds like an obligation. And then you'll get to where, you can get to where, well, he wasn't ready to leave when I got there, so I had to sit there. And one thing, I got in trouble at work because I was late to work because I was waiting for him. And my boss said, never wait for him. It's not your responsibility to make sure he gets to work on time. Yeah. So it's a possible scenario where, now your punctuality at work is being jeopardized potentially by another person.
Yeah.
Because you're having to go out of your way or to stop and wait for him to get ready. And of course, this is like I said, you were at 7 or 8. This is like 12 or 13. This is several ideas ahead, but still, you're already helping him by helping him find, like, hey, here's a nice neighborhood. This is a good place. It's not too far from work, and apparently you guys have public transit. So public transit is there for a reason. It's for people who don't have a car or aren't able to find parking, or, it's there for a reason. And if he's new here and he can't drive, maybe he can eventually drive. Maybe that's something on the horizon for him. And it kind of stunts someone's growth when things are handed out to them in that regard, because he can always count on you to take him to work. Why would he need to worry about reliable transportation when you are the reliable transportation? And that does, and believe me, I'm one of them. I'm compassionate and caring, and I want to do everything for people to the moon and back. But I'm also logical enough and can understand, and I've been in your shoes when it comes to helping someone like that. I did it as a service and as a kindness, but it sucked sometimes.
Yeah,
it did. Like when I got in trouble at work, well, I got a mean talking to. I didn't get written up, but it's like, hey, do it again, and you will get written up. I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, I will leave you from here on out because my job is not worth you being late to work.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like having a job.
Well, and then, your job is now contingent upon someone else being reliable. And that's the thing that I am annoyed, I guess, by this whole thing, is that I personally feel that anybody who agrees to take on a job, you take on all of the parts of the responsibility of the job, which means, and so this guy, fresh out of college, moving to the city, he's moving there and knows no one. He's making that choice to do so.
Mm-hmm.
He's purposefully doing this and taking this job, knowing that he's got to find a place to live and that he cannot drive. So it's on him to figure all of that out. There should be no one expected to do any of it. And I have an example of this, of someone that I knew. I worked for a large corporate, like a big Fortune 500 company. And it had, locations around the world. And there was a woman who worked at a location that was in northern Wisconsin that was closing down. They were closing that location. And so they had opening like interviews at different locations, including mine, which was staying open. And she was legally blind from a very severe case of diabetes. So she had no ability to drive, and she also had seizures, so it would cause her to definitely not be able to drive. And she took the position here, moved from upper, like northern Wisconsin to Madison, Wisconsin, with no family in town and no one to help her. And one of my coworkers took on the responsibility of pretty much taking care of her, taking her to and from work, making sure that she could do her grocery shopping because she couldn't do it on her own. And all of those, and it was like a tremendous burden. And I would have a lot of these discussions with my coworker about how frustrated she was and how it was just like, but again, she was a very generous person who wanted to make sure that this woman had the opportunities to be able to do this job. But she made the choice to take the job without having anybody here to help her. And then someone stepped in to help her when she was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I struggle with that because it's like, I feel like as an adult, you need to be very smart and conscious of what you are committing to when you make decisions like that.
Yeah. And I think the guy that took the job, I mean, he's fresh out of college. He's from another country. He wants to start his life. And it's rough when you start out, especially for him. He's in this area, doesn't know anybody, needs to find a place to live, and he has a coworker that's helping him. That's great. Mm-hmm. Someone that knows the lay of the land, that's great. But as someone who, fresh out of college, I would want to feel the independence that comes with that, with, entering the real world, with quotations. You're out of college, you're done with school, time to get up and go to work. Mm-hmm. And there's something very empowering about that, about taking the reins of your life. You don't have to have a professor over your shoulder or your parents around. You have control, and that control feels good. So you are, and he has all the power to make these decisions, and getting knowledge from others is great. That's, it's kind of like when you play WoW and you don't know what to do with the quest. What do? Do you call somebody and let them take over your account to do the quest for you? Or do you go to Wowhead and look it up like every other person in the world?
Yeah.
You go to Wowhead. You're like, oh, this quest, the squirrels are on the other side of the tree, and I have to like throw acorns at them or whatever. Oh, I didn't even see the acorns on the ground. I need those first. Cool. You don't go, pick up your keyboard and go to somebody that has played that class, or I don't call Jules and tell her to log on my account and do it for me.
No.
I just want to know how to do it. I just want to know how to do it and do it myself.
But there's so many people, and Tiber just said this. You go out there to your guild and you ask somebody instead of looking it up yourself.
Well, and that's not so bad. That's not as bad as making them do it for you, because maybe you're somebody who plays who has an old machine that can't run, WoW and your internet browser of choice at the same time, and so you just ask, or you're a new player and you don't know about those resources.
That's a stretch, dude. Like, that's a total stretch. Ask any person.
It is nowadays, but I'm saying like new players may not know.
Mark Honan, ask any person who works in IT for just a minute what their biggest issues are, and that is users who don't know how to look up information for themselves. I mean, you know what? Because they would rather have someone help them do it for them than do it themselves. And I may, maybe I'm stretching this a little bit for IT professionals because I'm not one, but I've read and heard so many people who are just totally frustrated by others who take advantage of those who are more resourceful and able to figure out problems than they are.
Well, it's kind of appropriate because I'm about a week and a half working on my dad's laptop that got ransomware on it, and I'm trying to fix it.
Oh,
and so. I'm making progress though. I had to kind of do some ninja moves in in the boot disk and all that stuff and try and fix stuff. But so yeah, I'm the techie of the family, so I do get that a lot. But one thing with the IT people is a lot of people that don't want to look it up, I think, are someone who's, we still have some people that are afraid of the computer, like it's a magical force that if they look at it the wrong way, it'll destroy itself and take the house with it or something. I do think that there is a lot of applications of people just being lazy and wanting someone else to do the legwork.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily see anything wrong with someone asking in guild like, hey, this just something, not hey, what's the deal with this random quest? It's just like, where is the vendor, or where's the auction guy in Old Dalaran? It's like, oh, the Alliance side, it's up the stairs by that. Oh, okay, thanks. I can understand why someone would maybe want to ask real quick, but also understand, wanting to look it up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't think that way. Some people aren't like kind of take charge with it. So, and of course we don't know the guy that from Uganda that moved to that town, but I would think that someone moving halfway across the world, would want to, he's here. It's the American dream. You start at the bottom, you go to the top. You're here.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And I'm looking at it from a perspective of, from our writer's perspective, I appreciate that they're being honest and saying, I don't really want to do this,
Yeah, that's the best part. That's, I think, the most telling part is that they really, it's like, I feel like I should.
Right.
That's the right thing. That's the right thing to do, is to help someone when they're down, to help someone when they're in need. And absolutely, I agree 100%. But they're their own person too.
Yeah.
You can't become a slave to that person. And that's kind of what it is when you get in situations like that, is because they're now dependent on you and they're attached to you in that regard where,
And then there's no impetus for them to go and try and figure it out themselves, or for him to go and get a license, say, because he's got to ride.
Or learn the bus route.
Right.
Yeah, or learn the bus route, because to and from work will soon turn into, hey, do you mind stopping at the grocery store on the way back? I ran out of milk or whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I really need to get another undershirt for work. Do you mind stopping at Walmart real quick? So I got to go do this or do that. And then it turns into a real chauffeur, because you're not letting him learn. I mean, there's public transportation. That's what it's there for. Like I said earlier.
Yeah. Did that happen with you? Did you have to take him other places? Your coworker?
It was different because when we were on the road, he and I would share a rental car. Because we wouldn't drive our own cars when we were out, way far away. So we would do our grocery shopping together because, at that point we're roommates because we're staying in the hotel room. So it was out of necessity. But whenever we weren't traveling, not very much.
Okay.
Maybe once in a while, because he would drive his roommate's car sometimes, or would do stuff. So it wasn't really bad. He's a really independent person, severely independent. And I know he hated to ask me to do that, but with everything else with his life, he couldn't afford a car payment. And as soon as he could, he did.
Yeah.
So it's slightly different, but, we don't have public transit. I live in a suburb that's like a 20-minute drive from Little Rock. So
yeah, no, it makes sense.
It's a little bit different than this situation, but if there is public transit, make sure he has a map and understands how it works. Here's the stops. This is when they stop. This is when they start. This is when here's the last train At this o'clock at night. There's some good spots if you need to get grocery stores, this is the stop you want. There's nothing wrong with empowering someone with information.
Right. And I think they're doing that by trying to help them with neighborhoods and apartments and that kind of thing.
Yes.
I see nothing wrong with saying, this is my limit. This is where I draw the line. Driving you to and from work is a little bit more than I would be willing to give up for my own time, because it's being honest. It's being fair and saying, look, I enjoy my quiet time. I'm not really a people person. I'm not really inclined to have you in my car each way to and from work. That's my time. I see nothing wrong with that.
I don't either, because it's your car, it's your time, and that's fine. You're already doing more than most people would by helping him get a lay of the land.
Right.
It's the whole give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for the rest of his life.
Yep.
You're giving him the tools and the information he needs to succeed.
Right.
You are empowering him at his new venture here, and that is, like I said, that's more than most people would do. Most people are like, "Shit, you're on your own, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. See you later."
Yeah.
You're doing something, and it doesn't seem to me like he is. It doesn't even seem like he's asking you to drive him. And this is, I know this is only contingent on if he finds a place that lives close to you. Maybe he won't. You're assuming a lot of things about somebody that you just met. A new person. You're assuming a lot of things. You're already several steps ahead, like I said earlier. And so right now I would take a few steps back and just teach him what he needs to know to survive. Empower him. Mm-hmm. Don't make him dependent on you for anything like that.
Yeah. You
can still show kindness by teaching someone something. That's exactly what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to assess. And my point being is that if you're honest with yourself and you say, this is not what I want to do, that is a perfectly valid thing to say, because we spend a lot of our days, doing things out of obligation rather than doing them because you truly want to do them. Mm-hmm. An obligation is just going to turn into resentment over time.
Yeah, it can. And I fought it really hard and for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I still would have that little bit of resentment that I had to wake up early to leave for work early just to pick him up so he could sleep on the way to the store and then sleep on the way back while I am awake the entire time.
Right.
Now I took it in stride. I could feel the resentment there. I didn't let it take over or anything, but I can feel it, and I knew it was there. So I know, no one was really immune to that after a while.
Yeah. And it's an honest admission. It's an honest truth to say, this is not something I am comfortable with doing. And if it truly is something you're just like, yeah, it's no concern to me at all, I'm happy to do that. I have those moments. Like, people will say to me, ask me for stuff, and there are certain things where I'm just like that is no issue for me. I have no problem with that. No issue at all. Amazing. Let's go. And there are other things where I'm like, I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to take the time to do this. And so I've been, that's something I've worked on in my personal life, is to be more honest with myself and say, if I continue to do this and I don't want to, who am I helping?
Yeah. And this is why we don't have an official Triple T polka remix version of our intros, because Jules doesn't want to help me on it. I don't know if she's got something against Lederhosen or the accordion. I don't know what it is.
Hello, random.
I keep asking and she keeps saying no. She's like, I don't want to know. She doesn't want to help me with this.
For the record, Mr. Chairman, there has been no such discussions about any polka-related theme music.
But now it's been said.
It's on the record, God damn it.
Yep. It is there. Draven said it. He's like, this must now happen. We'll see.
All that extra time on our hands right now.
I know. All those minutes. All of those extra minutes.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think we are winding down on this. Is there anything more you wanted to add to this response at all?
Not really, because we've already said the main things. I've already said the main things that I wanted to. To recap, you're assuming a whole lot about someone it doesn't seem you know that well, other than the basics, and you're assuming that you will need to take care of this person. When honestly, you're almost in a small way. I don't know if it's quite, but you're kind of belittling them. You're putting them in a smaller package than they may already. You're putting them in this small category, like, well, he's going to need a ride to work because he can't do it himself, or so. You're taking some of that freedom and that essence away from them. You're not giving them enough credit by assuming that you're going to have to help him.
Right.
Help him how you are. Like I said, empower him by showing him where to live, giving him great ideas, and then set him free. Let him do it. Let him succeed on his own, because it's much, much more satisfying when you can do it on your own like that. When he can strike out in the world, and of course he may have to ride the bus. Nothing wrong with that. He can read a book or whatever while he's waiting and when he's on the bus. But nothing wrong with that. You can still be friends with him and befriend him at work. There's nothing saying you can't do that. Nothing like that. But I think you're just reading way too much into it and into who he is as a person, and you don't really know him that well yet to make those judgments. And you kind of put too much pressure on yourself, saying, well, now I have to do this because it just makes sense. Someone's got to help him. You are helping him. You're helping him more than most, and that's okay. And you're doing a great job, and I commend you for that, because most people would just say, good luck. There's a taco stand on 4th and Main that's pretty good. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Just something small like that. At least you're helping him, making sure that he can get his feet on the ground and get a good foundation.
Sure.
You want to help him with the foundation. You don't want to build him the whole house.
Yep.
And then be his ride to and from said house.
Yes, exactly. Well, Anonymous Writer, I hope this was helpful for you, and we definitely welcome your feedback, audience, as well. If you guys have thoughts and contributions to this discussion, please do send them to questions@taurenThinkTank.com. We will take a look at them if we can, or onto the show. We read every email, of course, but
Yes, we do.
Not always fit. We'll have to make sure that they fit. That's the problem. So that is that is not our Tell Us One Thing. That is our Think Tank question. We are moving into Tell Us One Thing. And
Get ahead of yourself.
I know. See, that's the brain that's farting all over this creation. So we're just going to Tell Us One Thing.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
Tell Us One Thing is questions that we ask you guys in the audience. You send us your answers. We answer them too. It's pretty fun. We do enjoy this part of the show because it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more fun. And you get to know your fellow Moo Crew as well. So we start with question 1 for this week, which is, what food have you never eaten but would really like to try?
Oh, my goodness.
Did you struggle with this one?
I'm still struggling with this one because I love food. I don't know if you can tell. The double chin tells you I love food. So there's not a whole lot of food. I love to go try new foods,
right,
and experience them already. We've talked about this before on the show about going out and experiencing stuff. So there's not a whole lot. Most of the foods that I wouldn't want to try, it's just I'm put off by the idea of them.
Right.
And like Rocky Mountain oysters, no way. No way. Just the idea of that, no thanks. No,
and
ma'am, Miss Pam.
Don't know what they are, go to Google and check it out. Sheep balls.
Not Google Images, though.
Stay
away from Google Images.
They are literally sheep balls.
Yeah.
So just sheep testicles.
Yeah. In case you were wondering, she just laid it all out there for you.
I'll just say it because you know what? I'm out there today.
Yeah.
So you don't really have like a definitive one at this point?
No, I mean there's a couple, and a few of our people wrote in, and I agree with them. Like for one, I mean I would try haggis. Like if I was where it was made, and it was made, sanitarily and all that. Like I would try a bite of it. I'm not going to sit there and just, have a plate full of it, but I would try it. It's not that I would really like to try. It's like, I kind of want to, kind of.
Nope, and nope.
Not, I mean, just to say I did more,
Nope.
really.
Nope.
Here's one. Gooey duck.
Gooey.
You know what that is?
No.
It's like a bivalve. It looks kind of gross and not quite safe. Not quite safe for work because of what it looks like, but it's a clam that they farm in the Northwest.
Yes.
That one?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. So I would go to a restaurant that served it. Like, it's not like I'm going to pick it up off the beach and take a bite. Like if it's prepared and everything like that, then yeah, I'll definitely try it. I'll try that. So yeah, gooey duck for me. I'll go ahead and say that one.
All right, sounds good.
What about you?
So mine is actually something that I am going to fulfill in a few weeks because I had a discussion with my dear friend Kalani. And I don't even remember how we even got into the topic of it, but we were talking about, actually he said he had gone out for authentic Japanese ramen with his girlfriend when she came to visit in Atlanta. And I said, I have never had true authentic ramen. I mean, besides the maruchan stuff, the baggage for like 55 cents a bag. And he's like, no, it's seriously amazing and you need to try it. And, and so when he went online and he looked to see the place that he had gone to in Atlanta actually has a franchise in Salt Lake City.
Ooh.
So there is going to be an excursion to go have authentic Japanese ramen. So I will fulfill this dream, and you are welcome to come along.
I was gonna say, is this before I land or after?
It's on. I think we're going Thursday. And do you come in on Thursday?
I come in on Wednesday.
Perfect. So we're going Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
I've always wanted to try it too.
Me too. Like I've never tried it. And this place, he showed me the menu, and I just went bonkers over it. It looks so amazing. So that is going to be the thing like that I really wanted to try and have never had. So there you go.
Expect food pics on our Twitters.
Yes. So so this all kind of like, I mean, this question, it didn't stem from Kalani, but the answer definitely did. And when I posted the Tell Us One Thing questions this week, he sends me a message. He goes, I know what your answer is. And I'm like, yes, you do, dude. Like,
oh, it's going to be so good.
I know. It's going to be an excursion, and we're going to have a blast with it. So we asked you guys what you had on your list of what you've never eaten but really want to try. And Kazrick said, even though I've become a burger snob and don't do fast food, I still want to give In-N-Out animal style a try just to see if it's everything folks make it out to be.
I recently had In-N-Out. Oh, goodness. Got on the way back from PAX South back in January.
Uh-huh.
And I had In-N-Out before, but I'd never had it animal style. And so I had the burger animal style and the fries like that too. And for those that don't know, let's see, they put, what is it? They add pickles to it. They add Thousand Island spread and grilled onions and extra stuff. It wasn't bad. It wasn't all that in a bag of chips, but it was okay.
I would try that though. I mean,
it's definitely worth trying.
We're going to Utah and it's going to be there, so I think we may have to make a trip to In-N-Out. That's probably because you can't get it here.
That'll work too. Yeah.
So
Dallas is the closest for me.
Yeah, so you can't get
away.
it here. I'm definitely down to try it. So yeah,
we'll go do it. Now I'm hungry. Like
dang,
so hungry right now. Talking about food.
I'm sorry. Let's go on and talk about some more
food.
Exactly.
But Buttress knows what's up. He says Kobe, Kobe beef.
Yeah.
And if you see Kobe beef on a menu here in the States, chances are it's not like actual Kobe beef because I think only 3 restaurants in the country sell authentic, like from Japan Kobe beef. Because in America, the naming rights and stuff, the laws, like it doesn't have to be Kobe beef for them to call it that.
Yeah.
So be very careful if you're going to try and pay top dollar for Kobe beef. Do some research first. Make sure you're getting the real deal from the actual places.
Yeah. Mehmet says sushi. I just have a hard time thinking of eating it.
What I tell you, Mehmet, is get cooked sushi.
Yes.
The ones that don't have any raw fish, just the rolls to start out. I've had the raw fish sushi before, and it's not bad. But since I'm a huge fan of shrimp, and you can't eat shrimp raw, all the shrimp rolls are going to be cooked. So, it may have raw fish on it, but you'll be okay. A tuna roll is usually a good like starter one if you're going to try that.
Even a California roll is good to start with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Once you get away from the cooked into the raw ones, but yeah, California is good. It's like crab meat. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just start out easy and then work your way into it. I'm sure you're gonna like it.
Yeah. It's hard to say. For some people, it's just like I've never had the raw sushi. I've had the cooked rolls and that kind of thing, and I'm okay with it. It's not something that I go bonkers over. It's not something I have to like go out of my way for. So yeah, and people are just like, yeah, it's just, it is what it is. Turart said beef Wellington. Beef Wellington is amazing.
Oh, I want to have it. I've never had it.
Oh, dude, it is the most amazing thing. It is so, so good. And it's, it's expensive for a reason, but it is so good.
Yeah. Oh. And Perfect Nomad, man after my own heart, he says haggis, just so I can say I ate it.
Nope.
That's like escargot. Like, I would have to be in a weird mood to try escargot.
Yes. No. Mm-mm. Not my thing. Sorry. I have a real problem with texture on certain foods. That would just not do it for me. I could not.
Yeah.
So,
I've had octopus sushi, like just the sashimi, just the strip of octopus on rice. That texture is weird.
Yes.
And I did not like it. It stayed around too long. It was too chewy. Like, why am I chewing on a small tire?
Broken Bone says risotto. Gordon Ramsay seems to make a big deal of it on his shows.
If made right, and Broken Bones, you can make a good risotto at home.
Yeah.
I've had, like, my wife makes really good risotto. You make it right, dude, is so good. I mean, you gotta work for it, but it is good.
It's just tricky.
So good.
It's just a very tricky dish to get perfected. Yeah.
But it's not that hard.
No.
It's just keeping it going. Oh, now I want some risotto. So hungry.
We're gonna get through the show and you can eat.
I'm gonna eat all the things.
Right.
Torek says any of the other few hundred types of sushi that's not a California roll. It's the only type I've tried because everywhere I've gone has a list so long that you need a search tool and never has a single description on anything.
Yeah, no kidding. Crush Eater says, I would like to try some authentic Spanish paella. I can't seem to get it right. And paella is another one. You have to be really, you got to know how to do it right. So totally understand that.
Oh yeah, I've made it a couple of times. Oh, so good. It's so good. All of the fish and and the rice, so good. At Arbiter Fox says, I would love to try shark for that sweet, sweet irony.
You eat the shark. Queen of the North says, vegan Korean ribs from the herbivorous butcher in Minneapolis. They work pure magic there, and I really want to try those.
I think I've seen a YouTube video about that place.
Yeah, I think I've heard
vegan ribs.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if this is the same place that has a food truck. But there's like, basically you can do like vegan barbecue type of things.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And Zytam, Zytam is out for adventure. He wants to try fugu fish. That's, you know what that one is, Jules?
Yeah, that's the poisonous one. What's it? The blowfish, the pufferfish? Which one?
Yeah, it's a pufferfish, I think, the fugu.
Yeah, if it's not prepared correctly, you will die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a master chef, the one, because you have to study for that, a master will give you just enough of the toxin to make your tongue tingle when you eat it, but not enough to actually cause paralysis.
Gee, that's crazy.
So, yeah, that would be an adventure. I'd like to try that at least once.
Tiber says, I would like to try poutine, even though it's probably the last thing I should eat. I don't know any local restaurant that is known to make it well. I've seen people post pictures recently of poutine. It just looks really unappetizing to me, with the gravy just being all like everywhere, and then there's the cheese on top of it. It just doesn't, like, it's just different than, like, you know, like cheese fries or chili cheese fries. The gravy just seems like a weird thing to me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it does jack up the texture, I would think. But man, that looks like 100% comfort food when I look at it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean,
oh.
I think it is the same thing as, like, you know, going and going to Philadelphia and getting an authentic cheesesteak versus having somebody make it for you with, like, Velveeta, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you have to go to some place that poutine is, like, it's known for its poutine, you know, do it right in order to experience it for real. Because otherwise I'm just like, nah, I'll pass.
Yeah.
Pass
you definitely want authenticity.
Right.
Definitely want that.
Exactly. I just, that's one of my favorite things, is to find places for food that are, you know, that's different and stuff like that. If I had the unlimited amount of time and travel ability, I would like to go around to, like, some of those places on Food Network, like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and just go to these places and try their stuff, because it's just like, that would be so much fun. So maybe I'll take a vacation like that someday.
Yeah. You could be a gastronaut.
A gastronaut. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. You go on an expedition. I was watching a YouTube video, and have you ever heard of long egg?
No.
It's where you take eggs and you cook it in a way that it's like, if you slice a hard-boiled egg, but the egg is like, it's a tube of egg that's like several inches long.
What?
They do it when they're preparing, like, a kind of like loaves or something where there's an egg in it. But this guy used a tube, and he separated the whites from the yolks, and he put the whites in and cooked that. He boiled that, and then he had like a PVC pipe, and then he took a small pipe out, and then he put the egg yolk in it, and then finished cooking it. So, and he took the tube out, and it's this weird white cylinder of just egg white with egg yolk in the middle.
That is so weird.
I was like, that is weird, but also, like, in the science experiment way, very cool. And he calls his viewers gastronauts at the beginning of the video. He's like, hello, fellow gastronauts. So that's what you're going to be, you know, with unlimited funds. You can take a gastronomical expedition. And if you want fried catfish, you're coming down the street from my house, because there is excellent fried catfish down here.
Absolutely. I don't think I've actually had good fried catfish. I mean, I've had it in the past, but not like that. So.
Oh, girl, you need to come down here. We do it right.
I know. You guys, I need to do the Southern comfort food. That is for sure. Like the real stuff.
We'll be here waiting for you.
So now that Mark Honan is about to eat his own arm, we're going to switch to question 2. Question 2 this week. If magic was real, what spell would you try to learn first?
Teleportation.
Yeah.
I as soon as I saw it, I knew it. Teleportation, because I live too far away from people that I care about.
Yeah.
From my friends.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to just snap my fingers and, hey, I'm in Minneapolis, or hey, I'm in Phoenix, or hey, I'm back in Anaheim, New York City, Paris, London, Antarctica. You know, just the traveler in me wants to go. I mean, I love the journey of going places, but, you know, 1 or 2 weekends a year, or 3 weekends in our case, of seeing each other is not enough. So
yeah. I think that is,
see people more.
It's amazing to you know, if that could happen, because it would change everything.
Yeah,
it would really change everything. I thought of that one immediately too, and then there was another one that I actually, if I could, I would like to be able to read minds.
Ooh.
And I know that is controversial, but it would be so much easier to be able to understand people, you know, to be able to say this is what's actually happening. This is actually what they're thinking and actually what they're wanting to say but not saying. It would probably be a really double-edged sword, but
oh yeah. Get out of my head, Jules.
yeah, no kidding. But that's something that it would, you know, it'd make my life a lot easier. Yeah, so there you go. But there, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. So that one would be big. So we asked you guys to tell us what your first spell would be.
Yes, we did. And GDSMGL said, I would learn to shapeshift. That could be a really fun and possibly useful.
Sure, absolutely. Memeth said, heal or extend life. I hate the thought of people in pain and hurting and dying, so heal to fix any issue and extend life to make a person immortal.
You would be a very popular person if that were to happen, Mehmet.
I'm actually really glad that does not exist, though. Like the immortality thing, because we would keep producing, we would keep making more people, and we would not be losing any people.
Well, that's why we would colonize other planets. We just go out and about.
Okay.
Just extend our reach.
Take over the universe.
Yes. Turart says something to allow me to fly. And that's a good one, too.
That I really, truly, as a kid, I truly wanted so bad to be able to fly. Like, that was, I would believe if I tried really hard enough that I could actually fly. Like, someday I'd be able to do it. That's too funny. Perfect Nomad said, Shazam, because Green Lantern's powers aren't considered magic. Fact check?
Yeah, I don't think it's considered magic. I mean,
I don't know.
Green Lantern uses the force of willpower from the emotional spectrum, and I think that you draw energy from it. So it's not considered magic.
Technically, it's not.
Technically. Well, actually, if you think about it, in issue number 735, Torek says, I'd want to be able to stop time. Feeling tired at work? Pause time and take a nap. Need a witty comeback now and not 2 days later? Give yourself that time to think. Want to feel totally epic anytime you enter a room? Slow down time and blast that favorite theme music. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I've thought about that too. Like, I had the thing like, man, I would just like to take a nap. And so I would, you know, snap my fingers, pause time, take a nap, wake back up nice and refreshed. All right, ready to go. Okay, what was the answer to question 2? There we go. And just keep on going. That'd be good. That'd be a good one.
Zytam says teleport, although I would probably use it or any magic for evil. Okay, then. Well, this is why magic doesn't exist.
At least you're honest.
Right?
Crushinator says, I'd probably study telekinesis. Using mental energy to exert physical force seems like it would have endless potential.
That's a lot of potential there. Mr. and Mrs. Wow said, conjure refreshment. Like, so we could literally just say, Marcoden, have some authentic ramen. Right there.
Yes, I would take that. Yes.
Right there for you.
I'd love that one. From Nemiria941 says, a spell to just keep everything around me a little cleaner. I hate vacuuming. After that, I try something more advanced like levitation.
Yes. Levitation is kind of an interesting one. Let's see. Tiber says, I'd learn the portal spell so I wouldn't have to deal with air travel to Anaheim, could visit my online friends more, and go try to real poutine. Well, that's an excellent way to close that one out full circle.
Yeah. We're going to start with poutine and we're going to end with poutine.
That's right. That is awesome. So that one was a lot of fun. Tell Us One Thing is one of our favorite types of things to do for the show, because we get to know more about each other and more about you guys too. And we put those questions out somewhere in the Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe on Twitter and on Discord. You can find us on Twitter at Tauren Think Tank. You can find our Discord server through the short link, tinyurl.com/TTTchat2. Jumps you into our Discord server, join up, and then you can just have a good time with the other folks who hang out in our Discord as well. It's pretty cool. I think.
Very cool.
Did I forget? I forgot to put in /moose this week because I am dumb. So I will have to pull up Discord. Just 1 second. I told you guys I am off my game and I delivered. So hang on 1 second. Let me play the sounder and I will get Discord up and we will do the thing. And I will go into I know there was one in there we go. There was one in Twitter. /moo from Shorel to Momanatrix, hoping things settle down into less chaos. Also to Reloki24 for a fun night in TOT.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And do you want me to start the ones in Discord?
Yes, I can. And I've got it open.
Okay. From Stone, /moo to Jules and Marconin. Too bad. It's my /moo and I'll give it to who I want.
Oh, that came from last week.
That did come from last week.
Yes.
My goodness, I said it twice. No.
Okay. Starting with Zytam.
Yeah, Zytams. He says /moo to working again. I've been in a seasonal layoff since March, and I got called back to start working on Monday. That's
Congratulations. Awesome. That's awesome. Mehmet says /moo to those who made Wonder Woman. Going to see it Saturday and hearing it's awesome and empowering women.
Yeah, I still need to go see that one myself.
Me
I'm
too.
looking forward to it.
I know. I keep getting lectured that I need to go see it, and I haven't had time.
Mm-hmm. Well, eventually you'll get time after the whole house thing.
Yes.
From Nymphadora /moo to Evelani and Miss Noid, who helped me stay motivated in getting healthy. Love those girls.
And finally, from Marshall Chanter /moo to all who gave advice and tips concerning my upcoming road trip to Nerdtacular.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Can't wait.
Sorry for the stumbling around /moos. That was my fault because I am a space cadet today. I thought I had everything prepared, and I did not. So,
well, see, this is proof, ladies and gentlemen, that Jules is in fact human.
Yeah.
She is superhuman in a lot of ways, but sometimes when she's tired, she's human.
Yes,
it's okay.
I am absolutely fallible, like totally and honestly fallible. Good Lord. So yeah, I mean, I made it through this show without too many goober moves, so that's awesome. And Marconin, that is a show.
It is a show.
We made a show.
In fact, that is a show.
It is most definitely a show. And so we again, it's kind of up in the air if we'll be here next week or not. We'll just kind of keep you posted on how everything is going through the week. Anything that you wish to promote or talk about? We didn't talk about the CTR party either. Holy crap.
No, we didn't.
We did not. And as of today, as of this moment, we are at $8,166 away. And so that's our total that we have right now, and our goal is $10,000. So we are 81% funded right now, and we have 32 days to go. So we have some time, but we definitely want to make sure we get funded because we've got some amazing stretch goals coming. And you can go to converttoraid.com/party to see all the great stuff that we're giving as part of this promotion.
Yeah, and one of the best things that we've got this year is that adult coloring book. I've never done an adult coloring book. Gosh, it's been decades since I've last done a coloring book, but I will go get some markers or crayons or something because I did that as an add-on for mine as I got the coloring book. So whenever that comes in, I'm going to get to just sit cross-legged on the living room floor and be like, la, 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 la. It's going to be good. I can't wait. It'll be nice and calming.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that people had suggested too is that they can go and some of the artists will be at BlizzCon. You could actually have them sign your pages for you. Because if you are attending BlizzCon, you will get your coloring book there. And so you can be like, hey, Fabelina, actually, she's probably not coming this year. But yeah. Hey, Scott Johnson, can you sign my coloring book page? And so then you can have it actually signed by the actual artist, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that is still going on, still happening. There's lots of streams going on to promote it every few days or so. They're playing Overwatch. I did a crafting stream for them last night to promote the party Kickstarter. And yeah, just keep an eye out because we're doing great stuff. So
yeah, and don't wait to do your pledge, because go ahead and check out all the tiers, because something may not be there when you decide, and you won't get charged until the end of the Kickstarter. Remember that.
Yes, that is very true. So there's 32 days from now before you would get charged. So if you know that the funds will be there in 32 days, go ahead and put in your pledge now and get us up to the funding mark so that we can be working on those stretch goals. And I promise you, they are fun as heck. So...
And yeah. I can't wait. Yes.
It's so cool. Let's see. Anything else now that I interrupted? I first asked you and then I went, oh, I forgot to talk about this.
Goodness. I'm not sure. There's, I get Mondays off. So I thought about doing like a stream on Mondays.
Yeah.
I almost did one, but I waited until Tuesday so I could stream me getting my mage class mount.
Yeah.
And I did that. Had a couple people in there, which is a lot of fun. And did some mount runs. So I don't know. I may decide to do a stream every once in a while. I never have a set schedule, but just stay tuned to my Twitter and all that jazz.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
That's really the only thing coming up in the week.
I'll tell you what, streaming is a lot of fun, and if you're doing something that you really enjoy and you can interact with the chat room, and that's your mount runs, man. That is so much fun. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is so awesome.
Yeah.
As for me,
you?
Don't expect that I will be streaming this weekend unless things just really go well for my packing and stuff to get ready. So I am not planning any streams for Chainmail this weekend, but I may sneak one in if I can. I will be moving Tuesday, as I said, and then it will hopefully things will kind of settle down in there. And if there is any interest, if you have any interest in some of the work that I'm doing for anything, jewelry, lanyards, that kind of thing, you can always send me a message in Discord, or you can send me a direct message in Twitter. My DMs are open, and ask me questions. I had someone do that today. Just know that I don't have a lot of time to work on them right now. So I will soon, I promise, because I really want to get back into it. So, and just wish me luck. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time is when I'll be signing my life away. So, literally.
Your 30-year sentence starts tomorrow.
30-year sentence. Yeah. So that's everything I've got here. And with that, we are going to bring the show to a close, as we always do, just like this. Oh, I'm terrible today. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
And also, portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website. That's taurenThinkTank.com. It has all of our podcasts on there and information on how to get in touch with us, too. And if you want to get some cool Triple T swag, my 10-year-old nephew asked me when he was going to get his Triple T t-shirt. And so pretty soon I'm going to get him his first Triple T t-shirt. And you're going to ask yourself, where are you going to get one for yourself? Well, if you want t-shirts and a whole lot of other cool swag, just go to taurenThinkTank.com/store.
Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. If you would like to help out Triple T, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. If you want to meet other members of the Triple T community, share great pet photos, creative stuff, get some support, answer Tell Us One Thing questions, you can join our Discord server. The quick way to get there, tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Indeed. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can find us on Twitter at 140 characters or less, at Tauren Think Tank for the show, at Jules RPG for Jules, and at Marconin Wow for moi.
For you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and hanging out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find us on the video stream at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank. Your mobile audio stream. Hi, Kitty. Through Alpha Geek Radio at tunein.alphageekradio.com. We love seeing you here with us, however you can get the Mark.
Jules.
I'm done.
Yep.
I'm so done today.
What a fork into me, I'm done.
We'll see you guys hopefully next week. If not, the week following. We'll keep you posted on everything. For myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room, and for Reese. /Moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 I was just laughing through that entire outro.
I was too.
Because I had my eyes off the screen for just a second, and all of a sudden I saw Marcona's hands do this, and then the cat like, flies into the face of the camera, and then there's like this clatter.
She had a wild hair for some reason. Out of nowhere.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was like you did a Kermit flail and there's like a black cat fur thing.
Yeah, just like fur everywhere.
Oh, I swear my brain just kind of just went whoop, and then I was just like, I hit the button before I start. I'm like, oh god damn it, screw this.
And we're gonna start the show just like dun 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 dun.
I'm like,
dun,
what
dun,
is
dun,
wrong
dun,
with
dun,
me? Oh, I'm such a freaking mess.
Draven's got show titles for us.
All that and a bag of chips. When in ramen. Drive the new guy. Chewing on a small tire. Broken Jules is broken. Hungry, hungry Marco. Those are good.
Yeah, they are.
When in ramen is good.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for that Utah ramen.
Oh, I'm so excited, dude.
What's the name of the place? I need to look up there.
I don't remember, but Kalani will know.
Kalani does. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him.
I'll ask him. Yeah, when we get off here, I'll ask him to send me the link again because he'll know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so excited. Everybody's been asking me stuff about like Nerdtacular and plans and stuff, and I'm just like, brain, it cannot process information that far ahead right now. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I've been trying to make sure that I have like the things in place and the checklist and everything, like, you know, make sure I do all this stuff. But like, I am so terrified that I'm going to forget something really important. And it's just this like anxiety that comes around that too. Like, I've been I need to get my internet service transferred from here to there on the 13th. And I call them and they're saying, well, there's still an account at the new address, so we can't do it. I'm like, he doesn't even live there anymore. So I had to ask my realtor to like call his realtor and say, can you get him to take himself off of the property so I can do this?
Yeah.
I need internet, guys. Like, I can't do anything without it. So
I mean, it's kind of a thing that needs to happen.
Yeah.
You got to have it.
So I say.
Yes.
Any other votes for show titles? I like Chewing on a Small Tire and When in Ramen are good ones.
Yeah. I like those too. Oh, getting sleepy.
I think it's When in Ramen in my vote.
Yeah. I think that one will do.
Okay.
That'll do.
That'll do, pick.
That'll do, Draven. That'll do.
Cool. Thank you as always, Draven, for getting all of your show titles gathered. We are ever so grateful for your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we should get out of here so Mark Conan can go take care of his car battery.
Yeah. At least that's all it is.
Yeah, most
it
definitely.
Shouldn't too bad. Oh. But
thank you,
get
lovely.
That taken care of.
Yeah, thank you, lovely chat room, for being here every week. You guys are amazing. We love you. It is awesome and awesome. The show is not the same without our chat room present. So you guys make a big part of that and part of the show what it is. It's pretty amazing, and we love you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you for
Yes,
putting
we
up
do.
with me and my brain farty brain. Hopefully I did not spew nonsense all over the internet for the last hour and a half. So
No, you did good. You did good, kid. You did good.
thank you. All right,
Just-
chat room.
Just fine.
We gon' boogie. We'll see you later. Slash boo!
Slash, you guys have a wonderful weekend and week.